Hello and welcome to this video series. In this series, we'll be presenting various experiments in chemistry. In this particular video, we'll be explaining and demonstrating for you some simple tests for alcohols. Alcohols are organic compounds containing the hydroxyl functional group attached to an alkyl or aryl component. They are formed by replacing the hydrogen atom of a hydrocarbon with a hydroxyl group. Alcohols are generally classified as primary, secondary, and tertiary based on the nature of the alpha carbon, which is the carbon attached to the hydroxyl group. If the alpha carbon is primary, then the alcohol is called primary. If the alpha carbon is secondary, then the alcohol is termed as secondary alcohol. And if it is tertiary, then the alcohol is called tertiary. The tests that we'll be discussing in this video are the sodium metal test, ester test, silic ammonium nitrate test, and iodoform test. We'll begin with the sodium metal test. Materials required: organic compound, anhydrous calcium sulfate, sodium metal, test tubes, funnel, filter papers, spatula, and forceps. We will now demonstrate for you the procedure. Take a small amount of the organic compound in a test tube. To this, add a small amount of anhydrous calcium sulfate using a spatula. Shake the test tube vigorously to enable calcium sulfate to remove all traces of water from the organic compound. Filter the contents into another clean and dry test tube. Now take a small piece of sodium metal with the forceps and place it on a filter paper. Dry the sodium metal with the folds of the filter paper. Put the dry piece of sodium metal into the organic compound using forceps. Alcohols react with active metals like sodium to produce sodium alkoxide and effervescence of hydrogen gas. That was the sodium metal test. The next test is ester test. Materials required: organic compound, glacial acetic acid, concentrated sulfuric acid, a beaker containing cold water, test tubes, droppers, and water bath. Now we will see and demonstrate the procedure for this test. Take a small amount of organic compound in a test tube. Add a few drops of glacial acetic acid using a dropper. Now add a few drops of concentrated sulfuric acid using another dropper. Now warm the mixture in a water bath for a few minutes. Pour the mixture in about 20 milliliters of cold water and smell the mixture by wafting. Alcohols react with carboxylic acids in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid to produce sweet smelling compound called esters. That was the ester test. The next test is silic ammonium nitrate test. Materials required: organic compound, silic ammonium nitrate reagent, test tubes, and a dropper. Now let us see the procedure of this test. Take a small amount of organic compound in a test tube and add ferric ammonium nitrate reagent using a dropper. Shake the test tube. Alcohols react with ferric ammonium nitrate, giving an alkoxy-cerium 4 complex, which is blood red in color. That was the ferric ammonium nitrate test. The next test is the iodoform test. Materials required: organic compound, 1% iodine solution, dilute sodium hydroxide solution, test tubes, droppers, and water bath. Now let's see the procedure. Take a small amount of the organic compound in a test tube. To this add 1% iodine solution using a dropper. Now add dilute sodium hydroxide solution till the color of iodine is discharged. Heat the mixture gently in a water bath for a few minutes. Alcohols with the structure CH3OH react with iodine in the presence of NaOH to give sodium carboxylate, iodoform, sodium iodide, and water. The iodoform formed is a yellow precipitate.